It's day 2 at Epic Universe, and we're up early and out the door from Stella Nova. As resort guests, we've got early park admission, but it's a rainy start this morning, and a few rides might be delayed. We're still heading straight to the gate, hoping to hit what's open. Rain or not, we're excited to kick off our first full park day. Let's do this. Well, it's definitely a rainy morning here, but we made it to Epic Universe. Let's go. This is great. Definitely, the weather's not cooperating, but we're into the turnstile. We are at Epic. So this morning we had early admissions because we're staying at the Stella Nova Hotel. Early admissions happens an hour before park opening, but only certain rides are open right now. So looks like we're going to be heading into Nintendo World, Mario World. Weather's not that good as I was mentioning, so not sure if the rides are going to be operating. This park doesn't look as big from the outside, but as you walk in, it's pretty big. There's only 4 portals and technically the centerpiece, which is another themed land, so 5 themed lands. And there's the Helios Grand Hotel that is in the park, but we'll get to stay there in a couple of months, so really looking forward to that. And this is a big old green wall over there, whatever that is. Mario, okay. All right, looks like this is the early admissions line, and the other side is the wait area. So I guess non-early admission guests can come into the park as the park opens, but they're not going to be able to go into the land. And the team member was just letting us know that Super Nintendo World gets pretty slippery. That's actually what I heard online. We haven't really done a lot of research about it, so going into pretty blind, but that is one thing people have said, that it gets pretty slippery. Here we go! Yay! Well, this is definitely more grand. This is definitely more grand than the one in Universal Studios Hollywood. That one just has like a tunnel. This has got a whole escalator going up. All right, here we go. Definitely less of a mosh pit than the version in Hollywood. This is way bigger. Holy moly. Oh, wow.
Donkey Kong back here.
They're delayed.
Are you guys?
Looks like Donkey Kong Country is currently delayed. Okay. They have a Toadstool Cafe, they have the 1-Up Factory, so this land is definitely a lot, yeah. All right, looks like Donkey Kong is not operational, so we're probably gonna head on over to Mario Kart. It is way bigger though, holy moly. Wow, it's really coming down here. But luckily, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge is open during early park admission, so this is perfect timing to check it out. This ride offers 3 lines, Express Pass, Single Rider, and regular standby. Now, if it's anything like the version in Universal Studios Hollywood, the Single Rider lane skips most of the theme queue. And since we don't have Express Pass today, we're going standby so we can experience the full queue. Let's go. All right, while we're walking through the queue, let's talk about Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. And if you saw a video from Universal Studios Hollywood, then yes, the visor is back and still as stylish as ever. Just like in Hollywood, this version uses AR visors that clip into a headset once you're on the ride. Each cart seats 4 people, and you'll steer, collect coins, and fire shells at Team Bowser by aiming with your head and pressing a button on the wheel. The more coins and hits your team racks up, the higher your score. If it's anything like the one in Hollywood, we're totally here for it. Quick heads up, the minimum height is 40 inches, and if you're under 48 inches, you'll need a supervising companion. But it's a blast for all ages, and every ride feels a little different depending on how well your team does. Need more cannonballs. Okay. Okay, we've got Bowser's throne, but it's got books on it. Peach's picture is not on the throne in this version. Yep, we got the paw prints. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Alright. Time to get our helmet. We do have this one from Hollywood, but not sure if it's gonna work here. We might have to download like a separate little gaming app in order for that to work. So confirmed, this thing works here at the Florida park. It's actually, I still have some leftover points from Hollywood from like a couple years ago. But yeah, you do have to download like a separate app and link your band. So essentially go to your Florida Universal app and then go to attractions, find Mario Kart, tap in, and then you can just link your band. There's a QR code in the back you can scan with your phone. So yeah, the dorky hat is back. We're excited. We're ready to go. Aha! This is very reminiscent. This is almost identical to the helmet and racing suits. That's the word I'm looking for.
So how to play.
The Mario hat is back. It's actually reminding us of the first time we went to Universal Studios Hollywood, Mario Land, during the tech rehearsal. It's pouring outside. So first time here in Epic, same weather, so we're used to it. Yeah, the staircases are definitely steeper too. And the queue keeps going. Jeez. Wow. Well, next time when we go back to Hollywood, it's gonna feel so small. This is huge.
Alright, we got Mario Kart.
Here's the Mario Kart.
Yeah.
One, Mike got 151? 155 for me. Mike got 151. Not our best, but not our worst. Okay, we're gonna check this out later because I think we have to head to Yoshi's if possible. Nothing is really open at the moment because again, the weather is not great, but hopefully Yoshi will be open. Let's go see about Yoshi. We get to ride the Yoshi ride! Woohoo! Oh my gosh, this is so cute! Obviously over there in Hollywood, there is no Yoshi ride, but this queue actually is reminiscent of one of the rides over there. I want to say it's Mario Kart. Part of the queue, it's kind of like they have the Bowser's Castle and then they have the Yoshi stuff before that. So cute, so cute. Okay, apparently we have to find these eggs. I don't know, we have buttons. I have no idea what it does, so we'll find out. We're riding Yoshi! We have a blue Yoshi today.
It is raining and we are now just slowly riding Yoshi through the rain.
Outside.
But we're on an egg hunt.
part of the ride is outside, so not surprised. They don't know what time they're gonna be opening, but that's okay. We're gonna explore the Donkey Kong Land a little bit. Wow. This is like a whole new addition to Mario Land for sure. Jeez. Oh wow, and they have the Donkey Kong little kiosk shop. Huh. I guess maybe you can meet Kong? That would be amazing if you can do that. Huh. Okay, check out the merch here. They've got sweatshirts, little onesies, and they have Donkey Kong ears. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, Editor Jen here. So we made it over to Donkey Kong Country, but as you can probably tell, it was absolutely pouring. The main ride here, Minecart Madness, was delayed because of the weather, which wasn't a huge surprise. One cool thing about this land though is that it has a bunch of interactive mini games and power-up band touch points where you can earn digital stickers in the app, but because of the rain, it just wasn't the right moment to fully enjoy it. So Mike and I made a quick call to head toward the new Harry Potter portal instead. We didn't do a ton of research on Epic Universe ahead of time, but we had already heard that the main attraction there, Battle of the Ministry of Magic, has a bit of reputation for going down often. It was up and running while we checked the app, and bonus, it's indoors.
Oh, the dragon coaster's running.
The hiccups?
Right here.
No, it's weather delayed on the app. They're all testing cars right now.
Well,
There's people on there? I don't think so. They said it's weather delayed. That's a big carousel. That's 5-minute wait. You can definitely ride the carousel. So a lot of things are weather delayed right now. They're just testing some cars, I think. I don't think there's actually passengers and guests on the vehicles. So
I'm on my way to
Harry Potter's Ministry of Magic is a 90-minute wait. So I think we're gonna maybe try to head on over there to check that out. Yeah, the weather is not letting up just yet. Hopefully in about an hour or so, things may look up a little bit. Definitely a rainy morning for sure. All right, off to the Ministry of Magic. Oh, I guess we're in France. Got French words I don't understand. Oh, it's slippery. Oh, wow. Okay. Metropolitan of Paris. Oh wow, that's like the Arc de Triomphe. This is amazing. Wow. Yeah, gotta give it to these guys to be able to reimagine a whole new world. This is so cool. Kind of giving me the France Pavilion vibe of Epcot though. The Cup of Quidditch. Oh. This is huge. Wow. Okay, so I guess that's a show, I think. What I have noticed is that a lot of the rides here in Epic Universe offer a single rider, which is kind of nice. But since this is our first time doing it, we're just gonna stand in the 90-minute queue and let's do this. Okay, Mike and I changed our minds. We're gonna do the ride right now and then a single riders, and then afterwards we'll do the ministry viewing to check out the full queue experience. But wow.
There's like a little...
Flu for giant use only. Oh wow, they have all these like flu places where people can go. Holy moly. Wow. Blue clothes sweeping in progress. Oh my gosh. Is this? I'm confused. Blue powder.
The war is on bridge. You guys remember that?
This is amazing. Wow, that is awesome. This is insane. Oh my gosh. Okay, Editor Jin here again, just jumping in with some quick context. So when we saw the posted wait time for Battle of the Ministry of Magic, and knowing it doesn't have the best track record for staying operational, Meg and I decided to take our chances and hop in the single rider lane while the ride was still running. Now, something that threw me off a bit was this other option labeled Tour of the Ministry, and I was like, wait, is that like a separate walkthrough? Turns out it's actually the same path as the single rider line. So even if you don't plan on riding, you can still walk through and experience some of the Ministry's theming, which is honestly pretty impressive. We had a strong feeling that single rider would skip a big portion of the main queue, and that was later confirmed by another guest who had gone through standby. But since Mike and I already planned to come back later to do the full queue, we didn't mind. This is all about making sure that we got on the ride while it was still up. Also, just a heads up, there's a surprising amount of walking in this queue, even in single rider, including quite a few stairs. So if you're planning to visit, maybe skip Lake Day beforehand. Almost at the lift. The ride went down for a little bit, but then the magical creatures of maintenance or something brought it back up. So, all right, decided to do a single rider. It's about an hour. Regular line's about 120 minutes right now. So still a little bit better. I think the single rider is moving a little bit. They're just taking one by one, trying to fill the odd spots. Oh, Mike's riding the Flu Network. Woo! And back to Paris we are. Look at that. So Mike and I just rode Ministry of Magic. What do you think?
I actually got a little motion sickness on the ride.
Yeah.
So,
Would you say it's a combination between, I don't know, like the lifts,
it's kind
Mission
of
Breakout?
No, oh God, what ride does that remind me of?
It's like Green Gods. It's like, to me, it feels like a...
It's less roller coastery though. It's more of like a dark ride that with movement to it.
Yeah.
That's the way I would describe it. It's like it's a dark ride, but you're actually on kind of like a 2-story lift that goes up and down and it bounces around.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's kind of like a Tower of Terror because you can drop
A little bit.
but it's more like Rise of Resistance level drop.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
like one story.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of whoop down really quick.
Because it feels like you're floating, right? They do that pretty well, but it's definitely a simulation screen-based ride. But they do have some animatronics that were pretty good.
Yeah, there's some good animatronics in there. There's a good blend that kind of makes it. There's one animatronic that's kind of hokey to me.
Yeah, there are a couple that are pretty hokey.
The Death Eater animatronics look really, really good.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know, like worth a 90-minute wait, 120-minute wait?
No, and so for our single rider, it was about 60 minutes of standing in line and about 20 minutes of the ride being broken down. So once we got that going, it was moving. And then the single rider line moved really, really slow.
It did.
And then all of a sudden, the cast was like really fitting in all of the single rides. So the single rider ride just started moving, but that had happened after we had been waiting the whole time.
Yeah.
So cool ride, very
yeah.
good visuals, little motion sicknessy for me. So not my favorite way to start the morning.
Yeah, I think that's right. Projection-based simulation rides generally, if the movement is not syncing up with what you're seeing, sometimes it gets
And
a
I
little
was
wonky.
dead center in the ride too. So I had front row, dead center, great seats.
Yeah.
I did enjoy the ride, just a little much.
All right. Yeah. I think still the weather is still not great at the moment. A lot of rides are still delayed due to weather, delayed opening. So I think we're gonna head on over to Mine Kart, the Donkey Kong ride, where we were just at this morning. They finally opened. It jumped from 24 to 45 minutes. So let's head on over there and catch that. The wait time right now is 80 minutes. So, and then they do have a single rider, but it's at capacity right now. So I guess Mike and I will just have to stand in line and check out the queue for Donkey Kong. All right, we're still making our way through the queue for Minecart Madness. And yes, it's a bit of a wait, but there are some fun things to check out along the way. One cool moment we just saw, if two guests tap their power bands on the statues at the same time, it triggers this little banana animation on the ceiling. Now, we haven't ridden the ride yet, and to be honest, we didn't do a ton of research ahead of this trip, but from the little we have read, Minecart Madness uses a really unique ride system called the Boom Coaster. It's designed to make it look like your cart is jumping over broken tracks, just like in the Donkey Kong games. It's meant to be a family-friendly coaster, so hopefully no big drops or loops. The height requirement is 40 inches, and everyone under 48 inches needs a supervising companion. So far, this queue is doing a great job keeping us entertained. Now we just need to actually get on the ride. Well, it's been exactly an hour. The wait time is listing about 80 minutes, so we're just about there.
It's about dark time you showed up. Kids these days. When I was your age, I had a little something called respect for my elders. Now listen up. We've got trouble. Big trouble. More trouble than you can shake a stick at. What's that? Who am I? Why, these whippersnappers don't know a legend when they see one. You're lucky I ain't got time to teach you some manners. The name's Cranky Kong. I'm the oldest and most respected member of the Kong family.
All right, so we just got off of Donkey Kong ride. What is it called?
Minecart Madness.
I really like it. It's kind of a neat, they play a good little visual trick on you where the track like disappears and breaks and you're like jumping. Really neat ride vehicle. They added a bunch of cars partway through and now the line's actually really moving, so it's very good.
It was a solid 80-minute wait, but then they took about 10 to 15 minutes to add cars. So there are individual cars with like 4 riders in each one, but it's kind of like Hagrid where they have like conveyor belt onboarding system where you kind of like go along the track. But no, Mike was talking to me, you know, there's like the track and then there's like stuff underneath. It's like hooked underneath
Your
the
actual,
track.
the actual ride vehicle that you're riding on is below you.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, Mike was saying it does kind of mess with the brain a little bit because when the track bends and ends and gets disrupted, it's actually a little scary to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, you know you're safe, but in your brain you're like, okay, I can't see the track, what's going on?
So the whole premise is you're going on to get the golden banana back from the Tiki tribe or something, and at the end we got it. So
there's some neat animatronics in there too, actually. Yeah, I mean it's a fair length ride. It's not too short, I don't think.
Yeah, it felt like a long wait. So
yeah, I thought it was worth it, but 80-minute waits, I would do that again for 80 minutes. But they do have a single rider, but when we were waiting for it, single rider was at capacity. So maybe check back. I would say single rider is probably worth it. The One-Up Factory, and let's check out some merch. It looks like there's a lot more stuff than over there at Universal Studios Hollywood. They have way more headbands over here. They have the Donkey Kong ones that we've seen before, and ooh, they have the One-Up star and the banana. Oh, that is so cute. That's actually really cute. And then over here we have these bomb people, whatever they're called. And then we have the ghost ones. Sweet. And we have Chef Toad. Chef Toad. And then I got the one from Yoshi. And there's Mario and Luigi. Cute. Yeah. So cute. And this one I got a long time ago. And I'm so very proudly sporting these. Didn't bring them today though. Okay. We got the ghost people, we got the stars, and lots of hats. lots of really, really warm hats. It might be a little bit too warm to be worn here in Central Florida, but you know what? That's okay. We got Donkey Kong stuff. Donkey Kong. Okay. Oh, more peach stuff. Peach things. Aww. And then we have lots of Chef Toad stuff. Okay. Oh, we have like Chef Toad's kitchen towels and mittens. Nice. Okay. And there he is. Okay, looks like Monsters Unchained, that ride just opened. I think the weather is clearing up just a little bit. I feel like the rain, the bulk of it is gone. So hopefully we'll have a sunnier afternoon. So yeah, I think we're gonna head on over to Monsters Dark Universe or whatever that portal's called. But yeah, Stardust Racers right now is posting about a 15-minute wait, but I think they might also have a single rider. So we're gonna go check that out, and at some point we're gonna have to fit some food stuff in. So yeah, it's been a hectic morning, but mostly standing in queues trying to wait for the rides to come back online. A lot of rides have been up and down quite a bit, so that's just what happens, especially when the weather's not cooperating as well. But okay, we're gonna be off to, I guess, Dark Universe. So there we go.
So that's like maybe I do want pizza.
Yeah, there's a lot of dining options here, and Mike and I were just walking by Plaza Moon or Moon Pizza, and it does smell really, really good. But I guess we're kind of hungry. Oh, and there's also a Starbucks kiosk. So
I have not had a coffee. I am going.
Okay, Mike's gonna grab a coffee. Totally fine. All right. While he's doing that, I'm gonna walk you around. Check out what's over here. It's definitely way less hectic than, say, Super Mario World. That is, I mean, it's definitely sound and visual overload, audio visual overload for sure. But compared to over there, it is very nice and peace and quiet and serene on this side. And then there's the Oak and Start Tavern. I think they have like barbecue stuff. The cool thing about here is that a lot of the places are quick service and mobile order available. So over in Universal Studios Hollywood, Toadstool Cafe is one of those. It's just almost impossible to get a reservation sometimes, but here you can just mobile order whatever you want, which makes it a lot more convenient. And each land, they have their own restaurant, but there's two, I guess, sit-down restaurants here. One is inside of the Helios Grand Hotel. It's got like an Asian-inspired food restaurant, and then the other one is called the Atlantic. That one we weren't able to get a reservation today. It's been, I guess, pretty busy. They have they don't have a huge capacity over there, but it's kind of like you're sitting in a almost like an aquarium, but it looks really neat. So I was able to grab a late lunch for tomorrow, so hopefully we get to check that out. But yeah, this morning so far, it's been just a lot of figuring out what to do, what's going on. This is, again, our first time here. Mike and I were very intentional on not spoiling ourselves at all, so we didn't really do much research ahead of it. So yeah, lots of, we had early admission this morning, but we weren't really able to take advantage of that because there's only certain rides that are open for early admission, and unfortunately those rides, 2 out of the 3 were down for the most part. So yeah, maybe tomorrow, maybe if tonight's not too late, maybe tomorrow we'll try early admission. But well, it's just our first time here, really enjoying a brand new park. Like Mike and I were saying, how many times do you get to encounter new parks opening? So this has been really good. And the weather's it's been rainy, but definitely not too hot and humid right now, so it's turning out to be a pretty good day so far. So anyway, we'll continue to check in with you and take you along. Here we go into the Dark Universe. It's alive! It's alive! You know what? I really appreciate these portals. I mean, I think from a theming perspective, they've done a really good job. None of these themes really kind of work with each other, but the fact that they're separated, the fact that you're being transported to a different world, that totally works, you know? Dark Universe right next to Mario World. I mean, it's like a totally different universe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is all for y'all Universal horror fans. It's like Halloween Horror Night every night. The Darkmoor, whatever that is. This is like dark Harry Potter. That seems like Latin. Oh. Oh yeah, they have some classic horror characters. That's the Mummy. Oh wow. Okay. This is really well done. The Mummy, right?
I think that's the Invisible Man.
Oh, is it? I don't know. I don't know your like classic horror characters. Okay, Editor Jen here, and this queue for Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, is not just a lead up to a ride. It's a full-blown gothic horror experience. You begin your journey at the gates of Frankenstein Manor, the dilapidated home of Dr. Victoria Frankenstein, a descendant of the infamous Henry Frankenstein. From the start, it's all heavy stone, wrought iron, and cracked masonry, immediately setting the tone for something dark, dangerous, and deeply theatrical. Inside the entry corridor, you'll notice the phrase, "Who's the real monster?" flash across the wall in cold, airy blue, almost like a warning. From here, you're led into a parlor where a dusty fireplace is framed by a family portrait of Henry and Elizabeth Frankenstein, a clear nod to the legacy the story builds on. Beside it, photo newspaper clipping condemn Victoria's controversial experiments, suggesting the town people of Darkmoor aren't too thrilled with her work. As you wind deeper into the manor, the environments shift. Stone gives away to labs. You'll see chalkboards with notes about vampire blood, sketches of anatomical experiments, and scientific scrollings that reference monsters like Gilliman, the Wolfman, and even Quasimodo. A set of glowing green test tubes bubble on the bench beside what looks like dissected body parts in jars. The vibe is unmistakably macabre. In one of the centerpiece moments of the queue, you pass a massive glass tank filled with green liquid, and floating inside is what appears to be the original Frankenstein's monster. The details are incredible. Faded stitches, electrodes, and tubing all attach as he's wanting to be reawakened. This is pure Boris Karloff energy, and it keeps going. There's a family tree of the Frankenstein lineage, tracing Victoria's scientific bloodline, and tucked in the corner are props like the photograph of Christine Daae, a slight nod to the Phantom of the Opera, and references to Imhotep from the Mummy and other classic Universal icons. One standout room projects what looks like surveillance-style found footage of Victoria's monster hunts. You'll see clips of her facing down werewolves in the forest, swampy footage of Gilman, and even lightning-lit glimpses of what might be Dracula's bride crawling across the wall. All of this is accompanied by narration from Igor, who has a sort of tour guide meets lab assistant vibe, equal parts creepy and oddly charming. You'll also come across a small blueprint tucked behind some lab glasses labeled Catacombs Navigation Unit, which is actually a slight reference to the right vehicle system you're about to board. And if you're extra observant, look for the blueprint labeled 902E, a rumored nod to Universal's internal project code for this attraction. All of this is lit with flickering bulbs, buzzing Tesla coils, and heavy ambient sound. Deep electric hums, muffled screams, clanging metal. Every corridor, stairway, and doorway feels purposeful, like it's ushering you further into the world where science, horror, and manas collide. So if you're walking through this queue, slow down. And somehow, this has just been the morning. We've already done so much, dodging the rain, checking out new lands, and now we're wrapping up part 1 of our epic first day at Epic Universe with the incredibly immersive 2-part pre-show for Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment. In the first room, we're greeted by Igor, who brings a perfect mix of creepy and comedic energy. Standing in front of us is a mini replica of the right vehicle, encased in glass. Igor demonstrates how the KUKA robot arm-powered Catacombs Navigation Unit works, and it's a surprisingly clever and fun way to preview the show's tech before you even board. Then we moved into the second room, a grand, ominous chamber where Dr. Victoria Frankenstein appears on a balcony above. She's animated with subtle projection mapping and outlines her bold plan to control the world's most dangerous monsters. And of course, everything starts to fall apart. The lights flicker, alarms blare, and the containment cells surge with electricity. It's chaotic and theatrical in the best way possible. These 2 pre-shows pair with the moody, story-driven queue two make this one of the most cinematic setup in the entire park. It's dark, detailed, and packed with atmosphere if you're paying attention. Now, spoiler alert, the day isn't over yet. We've got a lot more to see. The afternoon is just getting started. Hopefully the sun comes out because there's still entire lands we haven't explored, snacks we haven't tried, and rides we cannot wait to check out. We will see you in part 2.